Now, the ending of The Last of Us is something that stuck with me since I first played the game back in 2013. Killing doctors like this is clearly crossing the line, but you could see things from Joel's point of view as he'd been playing as him for the last 10 hours or so. As Joel leaves, he carries Ellie out, and this is symbolic for a number of reasons. It's exactly the same as how he carried Sarah at the start of the series, and Ellie very much represents the daughter that he lost. He also gets put in a similar situation to how he was with Sarah at the beginning. Whereas we had a soldier standing with a gun drawn ready to shoot them, we see that Marlene now stands between him and the life that he should have. Marlene tries to talk him out of it, and she says that if Ellie doesn't die for something like this, then she'll no doubt die for nothing because of the way the world is. The infected could tear her apart, raiders could kill her, and we've seen throughout the season how many threats lie around each corner. Joel says it's not up for Marlene to decide, but that's very much the case with Joel as well. However, Marlene correctly says that they both know what Ellie would do, which is confirmed later on in the story by the character herself. Now, just like in the game, we get the resolution of the scene playing alongside Joel and Ellie driving out of the area. Let's play these scenes together so you can see how they compare.
Can't keep her safe forever.
You can't save her. Even if you get her out of here, then what?
How long till she's torn apart by infected or murdered by raiders?
How long before she's torn to pieces by a pack of clickers? That is, if she hasn't been raped and murdered first.
Maybe. But it isn't for you to decide.
Or you.
It ain't for you to decide.
It's what she'd want. And you know it.
So what would she decide, huh? Because I think she'd want to do what's right.
Look. You can still do the right thing here.
Even after what you've done, we can still find a way.
She won't feel anything.
What the hell am I wearing?
Just take it easy. Drugs are still wearing off.
All right, you're with me. Take it slow. The drugs are still wearing off.
What happened?
We found the fireflies.
It was just the fireflies, and then...
Turns out there's a whole lot more like you, Ellie.
Turns out there's a whole lot more like you. People that are immune.
People that are immune. There's dozens, actually. Ain't done 'em a damn bit of good, neither.
Dozens of them. The doctors, they couldn't make any of it work.
They've actually... They've stopped looking for a cure.
They've actually... They've stopped looking for a cure.
I'm taking us home.
Raiders attacked the hospital. I barely got you out of there.
Wait!
Oh, no, wait.
Let me go.
Let me go.
Please.
You just come after her.
You just come after her.
Now, an important addition here is a line about raiders attacking the hospital. I always wondered why Ellie didn't question why they got out of there so quickly without saying goodbye, but this line helps to add why they had to leave straight away. It also means that if they go back there, they can see the bodies, and this lines up with the idea that they were attacked by an unknown group. We see Joel mercilessly shooting Marlene, and her wound is a repeat of the last time with her getting hit in the side. This shows just how far Joel is willing to go, and she's meant to be a sympathetic figure in this moment. She's clearly badly wounded, but Joel isn't willing to take any chances, and he kills her because there's a chance she'll still come for Ellie again. Marlene has very much given up her humanity in deciding to sacrifice Ellie for the vaccine, whereas Joel has found his once more through regaining a daughter. Now the car breaks down by the side of the road, and we get a similar thing to what happens in the game. Ellie looks at her bite mark, and she very much views this as the thing that was driving her, but now it no longer really serves a purpose beyond protecting her from getting infected. Joel says they have a 5-hour hike ahead of them, which they joke about managing, and this is a callback to episode 3. They also discussed having a 5-hour hike then too, and like the game at this point, he starts to talk about Sarah and how the pair would have been friends.
Don't think I ever told you, but Sarah and I used to take hikes like this.
Well, Sarah and I used to hike like this all the time.
I think the two of you would have been good friends. I think you really would have liked her.
Anyway, I bet you would have liked her back.
Now we can see conflict within Ellie, and she's clearly weighing up whether to question Joel as he spouts off stories about his daughter. Just like the game, they arrive overlooking Jackson, but here we see it carries the updated design from part 2 with a giant wall surrounding it. The pair look over it, and we get Ellie asking the question in a scene that's pulled right out of the game.
Not much further now.
Just a little bit further now.
Hey, wait.
Hey, wait.
Back in Kansas City, you asked me about the first time I killed someone.
Back in Boston? Back when I was bitten? I wasn't alone.
When I got bit in the mall, I wasn't on my own. My best friend was there.
My best friend was there.
And she got bit too.
And she got bit too.
We didn't know what to do, and she says, we can just wait it out, be all poetic, and just lose our minds together.
We didn't know what to do. So... she says... let's just wait it out. You know, we can be all poetic and just lose our minds together.
And then she did. And I had to.
I'm still waiting for my turn.
Ellie.
Her name was Riley, and she was the first to die.
Her name was Riley. And she was the first to die.
And then it was Tess. And then Sam.
And then it was Tess. And then Sam.
That's not on you.
I know it.
None of that is on you.
You don't understand.
I struggled for a long time with surviving.
But if you just keep going, you find something new to fight for. And maybe that's not what you
Swear
want.
to me.
And you... no matter what, you keep finding something to fight for. Now, I know that's not what you want to hear right now.
Swear to me.
Swear to me that everything you said about the Fireflies is true.
Swear to me that everything that you said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
I swear.
Okay.
Okay?
This of course goes over Riley, and the line about losing their minds together is a reference to this.
We could just be all poetic and shit and lose our minds together.
It also cements the survivor's guilt that Ellie feels, which is reoccurring here once more. Ellie is once more living whilst people are dying that she could have helped, and she bears the burden of it. She's very much wanting to know that there isn't another side to it, and that all the deaths meant something. Riley, Tess, Henry and Sam all died so that she could get to the hospital, but their lives were very much wasted in her eyes because of Joel's actions. He swears that everything he said was the truth, and Ellie pauses and then says okay. This is a line that's always stuck with me, as she's not really saying whether she believes it or not, she's just saying, okay, I will accept that version of events. Rather than contesting it or asking further questions, she's happy to live in this reality where her father figure isn't a monster. In her mind, she's going along with it that he tried his best to get her to the Fireflies, but Raiders attacked and it didn't work out. Now, did he do the right thing? Well, that's definitely up for debate, but deep down he knows that it's not what Ellie wanted, which is cemented by the fact that he has to lie to her. Had it been what Ellie was really after, then he wouldn't have hid the truth, and he doesn't want to seem like a selfish monster in his new daughter's eyes. He wants to be the father figure in her life that she's been craving all along, and he knows that telling the truth will completely shatter this illusion. Now this works both ways as well, with Ellie not so much believing the lie, but she accepts it. Since playing the first game, I've always referred to it as being the godfather of gaming, and that's mainly down to how the ending plays out. In that seminal film, Michael's girlfriend Kay arrives at his home, and his sister bursts in and accuses him of murdering her husband. Michael denies all this, and this is because he's attempting to retain the idea in Kay's mind that he's a good man who isn't like the rest of the family. However, we end with the mobsters coming and clearly treating Michael like a mafia head, and the door is then shut on her as she realizes the truth deep down. That's very much the case with Ellie too, and she's now going on to a new life in Jackson with Joel, believing that he's not someone who's just doomed to humanity. Now you can totally see things from Joel's side too, and I think that had anyone else been given Ellie, then we likely would have had a different ending. Marlene and the rest of the Fireflies were happy to sacrifice her, but the fact that Joel was someone who never got over his daughter makes him the worst person to be escorting her. He sees the similarities and eventually comes to believe that Ellie is very much his daughter, which is cemented by certain things that he does. He calls her baby girl at the end of episode 8, and this is a nickname that he also used with Sarah. Joel also glances at his watch at several points, and these all happen in moments in which he sees similarities in them. Ellie just playing soccer with Sam causes him to do it, and it's laced throughout lots of aspects of the show. They did remove the moment from the scene at the end in which he does it too, but it's an important thing to bear in mind as it was there originally. Joel needs to find a reason to live, and it's also cemented by the fact that you find something to survive for. When he lost Sarah, he wanted to give up and attempted to end his own life. However, he must have had hope deep down that things would work out, which is why he flinched. He's now found the thing to make him whole again, and he'll do whatever he can to keep Ellie at his side, even if it dooms The Last of Us. It's a chilling way to close out the season, and I'm so glad that they kept the scenes the same. It was perfect the first time I saw it, and I still think that it's perfect now.